Hey, what's up, y'all? Michael here, ChiCityYaker. The fishing is really slow, which means you're about to get a video on the best Raymarine sensitivity settings, at least what I believe are some of the best that you can dial in. Now, this is going to be for some freshwater fishing. If you're in salt, this may differ because obviously in salt, the water's different by nature. So toy with what I show you and dial it in from there and see if it works for you. But for freshwater, generally speaking, clear water to stained water, this should work. And then you can adjust it from there if you go on some bodies of water that are murky, or maybe it got stirred up from bad weather. You kind of get the idea. All right, here we are with the 2D sonar on the Raymarine Element, and out of the box, this is the default sensitivity. It's not terrible, right? Like, it's actually pretty good. If you're not familiar with what you're doing, it's not bad, but we can dial it in to get something a bit better. What I believe will be just more cleaned up, more things will pop out a bit more, and we'll get rid of some of the extra echo stuff that's in there, and so that we really just focusing on the main fish. All right, so we're gonna go into sensitivity. Oops, go ahead and go to sensitivity. We're gonna adjust it. Start with auto. You see here it's on the default setting, and what I do is I actually put my gain on 35. All right, just by switching it over, you'll see that we're starting to get rid of all this extra stuff, right? You should hopefully see it cleans it up a little bit, right? Look how much cleaner of a signal we're getting in the water. All right, so out of here, we're gonna go down to intensity. And for intensity, I pop it in to about 45. And what this does is it really pops out all the fish that are there at about 45. Anything higher than that gets to be a little too extra. Anything lower than that, it really kind of makes things go away. At 45 and right around there, it seems to really pop out these fish, especially the ones that are higher in the water and smaller. They really do stand out. The bigger fish obviously show up as well, but 45 really does a good job of picking up the fish and making them pop out so you can see them a lot better. Finally, we're going to go to surface filter, and for surface filter, you want to kind of just clean up a little bit of the top, but not get rid of everything, because obviously there's fish in the top layer of the water. So what I do is I go to about 10%. All right, now I'll show you what happens. This is a before. It cleaned up some of that, and if we go up maybe a little to maybe about 12, right, and this is where I say you could toy around with it. For today's water clarity in the water in the lake I'm on, 12% is a little bit better than the normal 10 that I have it at for the surface filter. So now I'm seeing all the fish that are up on the top of the water column. I'm seeing all the big fish marks here. Well, this is structure. You're seeing all this stuff, and it's just a much cleaner presentation, and everything pops out a lot better. And so those are the settings. And once again, I'll show you what they are again. All right, on the gain, start at 35%. On your intensity, start at 45%. And on your surface filter, start at about 10% and then go up or down from there as needed. All right, next, let's take a look at the down vision, and this will also apply for side vision with the sensitivity settings, more or less. So I'm just going to use down vision here to show you some of the settings as well. Now, this is default, and it's really not bad at all for down vision here with the default settings. You can tweak it out, and what we'll do here is go to the gain. We'll flip this to about 43, which gives us 43, 45. Usually right around this range is where it starts to really kind of pop out a bit more. So if your head unit is further away from you, this just helps with being able to see it through your polarized glasses, I find. So right around that range. Next, we go back in here to intensity, excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and I have it here at 55, but we can adjust it just a little bit to about 50, and that looks really good. Everything's popping out really well. And finally, the surface filter here, right around 10%. This here isn't so much a thing. You can really leave it off because you're more focused on the structure and down here and looking for stuff, right? And again, just to kind of show you, to compare what we had before. All right, we'll go down to sensitivity. We'll go auto to all again. This is what we had before. All right, not bad. But to make it really pop out, we just go into our settings here, 45, 50. Look how much clearer this is. This here is it's probably some leftover cranes down there and some chunk boulders. Look how much clearer that is compared to if we go to all the auto, right? It's still good, you still see it, but with the sensitivity settings I set, it's just more vibrant and makes it easier for me to see with my polarized sunglasses on. Let me go back. Really pops out. All right, so try those settings out on your down vision and let me know what you guys think about these sensitivity settings. What I find, what I believe to be really well for fresh water, clear water. Again, if you are in, you know, salt, and if you are in fresh water but, you know, muddy river, dirty water, you're gonna have to play with this here. If there's a lot of stuff in the water, you have to tinker around with it, but try these settings and go from there. All right, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, y'all.